be gone, right? to probably the most interesting video submission I think that we got, right?
Yeah.
Like, when you start thinking about this Venn diagram, right? Like, where do these two things intersect? So David, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm David Rinaldi. I'm a magician and a philosopher, and I... What? That's what I do. So you might have seen me on TV doing magic in the MedWise commercials with cards and all this stuff, and I've done, I've played at the JW and Old National and a lot of these places, and go all over doing the entertainment portion of being a magician. But as a philosopher, I've been really taking a step back and understanding the understandings of more on the environment. Like, I have a passion for the environment, as I think we all should at this time. And so I've been trying to understand, what is the ancient knowledge lost that we need to sort of merge with our modern times and our modern tools, because we have kind of a very serious situation on our hands. And it's, the scientists have been very good at getting the facts. Well, now it's time for the magicians and the storytellers to inspire people to stand up and take action.
So let's dive a little bit deeper into that.
Okay.
Because I know in your video, you really got into the climate change activist side of things, talked a little bit about carbon. Like, explain a little bit of that and talk to us about what Indianapolis can do or Indiana can do to help with that.
Sure. Well, that's a deep subject. Kind of 5
minutes. You got 30 seconds.
All right. Well, if I've got 30 seconds, plant a garden right now. Right now, plant a garden.
Yeah, everybody, come on. Plant a garden right now.
If you have never seen the old Victory Garden propaganda, go and look it up. It's old school. Nowadays, I bet you got it here. This is good. Nowadays, if you're a designer of any kind, learning permaculture, which is sort of a design philosophy for lifestyle and sustainable living and gardening, that's the way to go. For the past year and a half, I've been building a food forest on my property. So at the moment, I've got about 20 different fruit trees and nut trees and bushes. And I've really just become that cranky old wizard who secludes to the forest and studying and going over the literature and understanding how we can generate culture in Indiana. And really, we have a serious problem in Indiana right now. There were studies that just came out on how corn and soy and all this stuff is not yielding as well. And if you look at Google, if you've ever been to Google Earth and you look at Indiana, it's all this farmland. And all of our nature reserves and everything, these are not necessarily native landscapes that will actually insulate us and create a culture of multiple living things, not just human culture, but having a relationship to a tree and understanding what that tree needs and how it feeds you. And literally, I ate a banana this morning. I don't know where it came from. I don't know where the coffee beans came from any of this. If you want to eat better than a billionaire, plant a garden. Have this great nutritious thing right there in front of you and connect with it on a psychological level so that you appreciate it. And that we can actually build businesses around this. We have Hawaii right now about to get clobbered. Scott Jones, an Indiana man, he's in Hawaii right now. These are real people. And do we have fleets of mobile farms going to these places? Do we have fleets of solar panels and water filtering systems? No. We need entrepreneurs to stand up and build these businesses, go to these places, and help our collective culture out. Repopulate the buffalo, get the bobcats back, get all the animals, and that doesn't mean that our large-scale infrastructure isn't going to be useful, and it doesn't mean that we don't have our big energy companies can't make a difference as well. It's the choice. You have the ability to make the choice. So, and find a way to adapt what you already do to complement that. But at the end of the day, plant a garden, because with the trade wars and with all of these forest fires and all this stuff, food will become more scarce. That's just the reality of it. So no need, plant it right outside. And
I think you tee us up perfect for a quick rapid fire. If we can connect you with anybody in the city, right? There's this thing called the drink culture effect. We can help things happen. Who can we connect you with?
I don't know. I have an idea for like a really cool business that would make Indiana be literally a leader in the environmental path. Creating a system that draws down carbon and turns Indiana into a giant carbon vacuum using our farmland and strategic grazing and integrating animals into a system. So, I mean, I guess somebody with buku bucks that can make that happen? I don't know. I guess that at the end of the day, I'm just looking to get the word out. Plant a garden, learn to think differently, and connect with the rest of nature and integrate yourself into the systems of life that are beyond the human elements. So.
That's awesome. You said your talk was going to be somber and sad. That was...
Well, I mean, there's a lot of suffering that's taken place, and we've had it pretty nice here for the past 2 years. I mean, we've seen Orlando, we've seen Houston, we've seen all these places. We are in the calm before the storm, and what we do right now over the next 1 to 5 years is, I mean, you want to talk about culture. We inherit culture. We're passing down a culture to our children. Are they going to look at us and say, why didn't you do anything? You knew this was happening, you know? So it's our choice. This is the kumbaya moment, everybody. This is where we all get together and stand up. And we've got the ability, you know, we get to write our own story. And we've all got these storytelling devices that are connected, and we can all share the stories. And what are we doing? You know, like, we have... If you want to tell a good story, now's the time, because you've got all the information that has ever been known to mankind in the palm of your hand. You have access. You can literally order a garden and have it arrive at your doorstep. I mean, as far as this is the philosopher's stone that we've been waiting for, and we don't realize it. We think it's a way to make, you know, to get on Tinder, Grindr, whatever it is that people do with these things nowadays. So,
all right. Well, with that,
So we'll give everybody, go down the line. Where can people follow you? See what you're doing, right?
I mean, DavidRenali.com, DavidTheMagician.com. I mean, just follow me on Instagram and all that stuff. I'm working on kind of a blog and called Earth 101, and just getting people understanding these different concepts and changing the conversation, because the conversation is being manipulated to being about abstract ideas. What's the temperature and who cares? I mean, we know it's bad. What is right in front of you? What's happening right in front of you? Do you have access to food during these dangerous times? Chances are probably not. So, follow up and let's generate the culture together. I can't do it by myself.
Anna?
So.
You could, I guess, just Google Anna Saraceno. You can find